Cool. And I see people liking your posts, so I think maybe more people are going to jump on. Oh, we're live? Okay. Okay, if you guys want to mute yourselves just for any background noise, that'd be awesome. So before we got disconnected, what I was saying is the challenge is to reach or to send 50 text messages or Facebook messages to people in your life, and all you're doing is starting a conversation. You're not presenting the opportunity. You're not talking about the business. You're just asking them how they are. And you'll be amazed to see what this does for your relationships. And I found that over the course of the last Leslie, mute everyone. Over the course of the last week, that people that I was just reaching out and saying, hey, how are you? I was thinking about you, or hey, I saw your little one starting baseball this year, whatever. They were starting conversations with me about the business, or saying, thank you so much for reaching out. That really meant a lot to catch up with you this week. Because I think I can speak for myself. We get so busy in life that sometimes we just, one, we're not building those relationships, right, with those people that matter the most to us. And two, we are so busy in our lives that we just stop reaching out to those people. So I know that I'm guilty of it, and it was one of the things that I took away from the GoPro event was just to reach out to people and let them know that you're thinking about them. And it really just creates that information. I know at one point Shay said, she was like, I'm going to have to quit my 9-to-5 job because I literally have like 2 million messages going on right now. And then the second part was doing a gratitude phone call, reaching out to somebody that you care about, and letting them know that you appreciate them. And we were challenged to do this at the GoPro event, and my phone was dead. Shocker. That's nothing new for me. Once you get to know me better, you'll realize that all the devices in my life are generally connected to a charger, or they are dead, even if somebody buys you something to keep stuff charged for your birthday.
More connected to my...
Yes, Nick, I saw you got back on. Yeah. Nick, I saw you got back on. I'm sure you'll get a laugh with that because Nick and I used to work together. I was his sales manager at US Cellular, and my phone was always dead. So nothing's changed, Nick. For those of you that weren't on the call earlier, I'll give you a high-level overview of what we went over. I just introduced myself and how Team Fierce came about, why I made a decision to build this business, and how I built it with the 3 vital behaviors. And being consistent every single day. I talked about not posting your link to your page because it comes off extremely salesy, and we want to build relationships with people and help them find solutions that will improve their lives, whether it's raising their self-esteem or losing 5 to 500 pounds, whatever that is, or building an empire with Beachbody. Building relationships versus making a sale. So nobody wants to feel like a number ever. And one thing, and I don't know if I hit on this earlier, is you'll have people who say that they're going to sign up with you and then they never do. Make sure that you're continuing to build that relationship because that's so important. And if somebody cancels, like one of the things that I say right up front is that we are friends first and business second. Like if you find that this business is not for you, I'm going to respect that. Just because I decided to build this business and quit my job doesn't mean you have to do that. I'm just letting you know that that opportunity is here. Regardless of what you want to do with this business, that's your choice. There's 3 different levels of coaching: hobby or discount coaches, hobby coaches, and business builders. So it's up to you to decide what part of the business you want to be in. Starting on Thursday, I'm going to do a 3-day sneak peek. So if you guys have anyone that you would like to add into it or you'd like to be a part of, shoot me a message. We can get them added. And basically what I'm going to be doing is giving them a 3-day sneak peek into the business, how we earn, the activities that we do. I'm going to talk about Shakeology and the different fitness programs that we do. Leslie and I just did one last month. It was really successful. We changed our format, and we were really able to share a lot of our hearts versus just talking numbers and talking about things that people aren't going to relate to, right? So if you want to be a part of that, let me know and we'll get people added. You can also share my link. My recommendation is you share my link, but put your picture next to it to share. And if you, like Leslie and I, we have a lot of pictures together, so she could post a picture and say, my coach and I are hosting this together. This is how it's changed our lives. If you'd like to be added, do that. If you don't have a picture with me, I see other people just do, a picture of them standing by themselves. When you're sharing your story, or when you're sharing the opportunity, share your story. People are going to connect more to your story than saying, Shakeology or 21 Day Fix is on sale for $140 this month, because I guarantee they've seen that 17 times in their newsfeed already. There's a lot of us, and especially in this area now, and if you're in other areas, there's other Beachbody coaches out there. People are seeing constant invites to Jamboree and Mary Kay parties, and It Works, and all those other things that are out there. So be unique. And there's the other one, unique. But be authentic and share the opportunity and what it's done for you. And maybe you're a new coach and it hasn't done anything for you, but talk about what solution that has been brought into your life and what excites you about the future. Like, sharing your story is going to win people over versus just trying to throw stuff at the wall and hope it sticks and someone grabs to it. We went over the 3 vital behaviors. So inviting, being proof that the product works, and doing personal development. And personal development doesn't mean that you just have to pull out a book and read. It means that you're getting on team calls, that you're going to live events or seminars that improve you. You're getting on the national wake-up call. And then the information that you get from those things, you're putting it into practice. Because so many of us get on these calls and we're like, yes, oh my gosh, I'm so inspired and I'm going to do that and that sounds so great. And then we walk away and we don't do anything. And I can tell you, I was guilty of that. My coach talked to me about the importance of Success Club for months. And I would tell my coaches, you should hit Success Club. It's a really, you'll earn more money. You'll get to go on this awesome trip. You'll get to do this, that, and the other. But I wasn't doing it consistently. And as a result, I was suffering. The other thing is being proof that the product works. You cannot expect people to join you if you're not doing it yourself, one. And that doesn't mean you have to be perfect, because we all have off days. I can tell you, I have off days. I was sharing with the people on the call before. Like, I will talk about liking to drink wine, or we had pizza for dinner, or I called my girlfriend at 8 o'clock at night and went and got Girl Scout cookies and sat in my car and ate 3 of them so my kids didn't ask me for any. Those are the things that are going to get people's attention, and the people who want to lose weight and who are desperate to belong in something, they're going to say, you know what, she's relatable. I want to be a part of what she's doing because clearly it's making her happier. She's been able to leave her job, and my before and after picture may not be as drastic or as good as some people should think it is, but it's mine and I have to own that, right? Because I do have those slip-up times and I do have those cheat meals, but it's also not my goal to have a 6-pack. So it might not be someone that might not join me that wants to, get into competition and have a 6-pack. They might start following Leslie because she is really fitness-based. Like, she works really hard and she looks amazing. Her stomach looks awesome right now. We're getting ready to go on this cruise. My stomach does not. Like, I'll be honest. I'm like, what? Where's those It Works people? Do those wraps really work? Because I need to, smooth it out a little bit. Just keep it real, guys. Share the uncomfortable things that people are going to be able to relate to. I talk about anything from addiction to not feeling like a good enough mom at times, or marriage problems, or overeating. I talk about the good things that happen. I'm huge on celebrating our team. We are a bunch of badasses, and I want the world to know, because the more that you celebrate your team and the people on it, people are going to want to be a part of that. I can tell you that this year alone, I've had 3 people who've reached out to me since they've joined the team and say, I'm so glad that I took the chance to join, because not only am I feeling better healthy, but I've never had someone tell me that they were proud of me my entire life. I've never had anyone have that. And so when we're having new coaches join to the team page, make sure you're celebrating them. Congratulate them. Congratulate people on their successes. Reach out to them. Ask what they're doing if you're interested, because those are the types of things that will help you build relationships with inside the business. But also, just it feels good for people to realize that they're in a community of people. I had a lady, I'm not sure, Diane, if you're on the call, but I had Diane today who told me she needs to join for support, like to have that camaraderie. And I promised her she would get that with our team, because that's the type of culture that we're creating. And I'm really proud of what we've created in such a short amount of time. We talked about the national wake-up call, that it's every Monday at 8 a.m. in California time. If you are unable to get on that call, download Podcast or Podkicker, and you can listen to the playback at your convenience. For working families, I definitely understand the struggle, because I built this business working. I would listen to my personal development in the car, or as I was making dinner. If you're serious about building this business, you also have to make sacrifices. So that means cutting out shows. I literally don't watch TV 99% of the time. It makes my husband crazy, because that was like our thing. We had certain shows and things like that. But I feel like if I'm able to work and do things like that, like while there's shows on, it's going to continue to build our business and freedom. Like, if you haven't watched Scotty Hobbs' YouTube video, I would suggest watching it. He just talks about how he built his business, and he's been a successful male coach. And he talks about making those sacrifices, and that he had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get his workout in and send out his invites and do his follow-ups. And then he would sleep in his car on his breaks. But now he's home, his wife's home, they have 5 beautiful children, and he's in the Millionaires Club. Like, he's an amazing leader. So yeah, Scotty has amazing videos. So look him up. I also shared just about the importance of hitting Success Club if you are building your business, helping 3 people a month with challenge packs. And that's if you are doing the first vital behavior, which is inviting people. That shouldn't be hard. And that can be just by reaching out to them in a personal message, or announcing that you're going to have a challenge group. And when somebody says, I'm interested, you send them a private message and give them additional information. Become an artist at handling objections, and think about the objections that you gave your coach when they invited you. A lot of people, it's going to be lack of confidence. They've been quitters their entire life. I can tell you, I've started and stopped so many things in my life that is one thing that I just talk about, is being able to share those things. Another thing that I do is battle objections publicly. So I had somebody message me tonight and say, I want to do it, but I'm really nervous because I'm breastfeeding. So that's an opportunity for me to make that into a post to share with people that, hey, I was a breastfeeding mom too doing the 21-day fix. Leslie was a breastfeeding mom. People are concerned about Shakeology. Take their concerns and help educate other people as well as them. I hope that's coming across clear. I'm going to stop talking, and I want to let Leslie take over the rest of the call. Leslie is one of the star diamonds on my team. She and I have essentially built this business together, and every small and large part of my business, she's been there. She signed up with me. We were acquaintances, so we had a mutual friend. I think we had maybe 1 or 2 interactions before, and she took the chance, and she really dove into this business, taking it seriously, whereas I was serious about it, and I was excited about it, but I wasn't really doing the mechanics of the business. So she helped me grow a lot as a leader, even though I'm her coach. So it's been a really great job. So if you're not friends with Leslie, or you're not following her, I would suggest it, because she's always a great resource to our team. The last thing, and maybe Leslie can just take us into this, is going back into being the CEO, and that even if you don't have a relationship with your direct sponsor, maybe they signed up and they quit, or that happens down the road. That doesn't matter for your business. You're the CEO, own it. We all get the same opportunity. We have the same trainings, all of those things. YouTube and Google will be your best friend. In the back office, under news and training, you will find tons of training resources. In between the different leaders on the team, we always have some sort of training going on. So I'm going to mute myself.
Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, I am Leslie Wood. I am coming on my 2-year anniversary of being a coach. Just a quick body workout program there was before I became a coach and really didn't know anything about the business opportunity. I bought P90X3 after I had my son 2 years ago through a different coach. And when I just saw something on Facebook that she was a Beachbody coach. And so when I saw it coming out, I just messaged her and said, I want to buy this, so I'll just buy it from you. She didn't take any time to learn what my goals were or learn anything about me. She just said, here you go, you should buy it with Shakeology, and sent me a link for the challenge pack. And as a mom that just had a baby and a breastfeeding mom, I didn't know anything. I was not educated, so I just bought P90X3 with no Shakeology. And she waited till like a week after, like she saw my order go through and go, oh, you didn't buy Shakeology, because she didn't take the time to teach me, to educate me about the products. Of course, I had met Melissa at a Christmas party after, and she was getting into the business and contacted me and said, holy crap, like you should be doing this. And nonchalantly, I told one of her best friends in a conversation that I was thinking about doing it. Was I really thinking about doing it? I'm not sure. But if Melissa didn't follow up with me later that day, because Lorena called her and was like, oh yeah, Leslie's going to do the Beachbody coach thing. And Melissa's like, she is? And she was like on the phone with me, like, okay, you want to sign up? I'll come over right now and we'll get it done. And it was that follow-up. So remember, like, follow-ups are so important to your business, because I probably never would have reached out to her in addition to, just mentioning it in passing, not realizing what the opportunity really was. So she came over, showed me a video from Becky Brissett, our upline, about I worked for a multi-million-dollar plumbing and heating company, ran the whole business, worked my ass off, 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week for over a decade. I went back to work full-time. I was commuting over an hour each way, started doing this Beachbody business, going a lot into personal development, and starting to see a life that I realized I could have. So being verbally abused a lot at work, one day I finally stuck up to my boss, and I walked out of the office when I was getting like screamed and yelled at, which happened a lot. And the owners contacted me, said they were going to make everything okay, and they were so, so sorry. And when I went in that Monday morning on August 25th, they fired me. So they said they fired me for job abandonment. And that crushed me. Like, I had a baby at home that was only 9 months old. And I gave my heart and soul to this company, and they literally threw me out with the trash. That same exact day was my first day of my first Fit Club. I was so nervous because, surprisingly enough, I didn't like talking in front of people. I wasn't good with words and was super nervous. And I kind of just thought about it and thought, this is a sign. Like, my husband dropped me off that morning at work and told me jokingly, like, okay, I'll pick you up in 30 minutes when you quit, because he knew that, I made really good money, but they didn't deserve me. And after taking a few months of kind of trying to figure out what I want, I 150% dove into the business. And that's really when everything changed in my life. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. We've been to every summit. We've been to every live event. I've taken everything that I've learned from every training and every call that I've done and implemented what I learned as soon as I got off that call. So, Melissa and I signed so close to each other that at first, just like you may be doing, her coach helped both of us. So I was in trainings with Mindy. She was helping mentor me until, Melissa and I really learned how to work the business and we started working together. And if Mindy said, like, Leslie, you're a perfectionist, you need to stop and make a video. And if you F it up, like, post it anyways, do that now. If we got off the call and she gave me an assignment, I did it right then and there. If we were doing a leaders call and they said, listen to Coffee with Anna, and it was going to be like a month's time and it was 5 to 2-hour videos, I did it. Like, I would take notes. I would do it when I would be folding the laundry. I would do it when I would be in the car. I would do it when I'd be doing dishes, brushing my teeth in the morning. There are so many times throughout your day when you don't really realize that you can utilize all this extra time without making extra sacrifices. Of course, if you want to make this business a full-time job, you will make sacrifices, but this is different ways that you can fit it into your schedule and make it work for you. I want to talk a little bit about creating your posts and sharing your story and developing your story. So, because when we first started, we really didn't know what to post, how to post. And of course, you can watch Melissa and I and some of the other top coaches and just kind of mimic what we're doing. But when you're early in the business, I want you to talk about, like, what drew you to Beachbody, right? So, like, was it seeing the success of your coach? Was it seeing the freedom that they had? Whatever drew you to Beachbody, I want you to share that on your page. Like, what attracted you to it? Was it the workouts? Was it the Shakeology? Was it that, Melissa's husband got off of blood pressure medicine, that one of my coaches pretty much completely reversed her diabetes? And why did you decide to try Shakeology? These are all things that you can be creating posts and developing your story as an early coach. So when I first had Mason, I was still reluctant to drink the Shakeology, and I literally brought the bag in to my doctor. Yep, I already signed up as a coach. And I said, can I be drinking this? And both of my children had problems gaining weight when they were really little. And he actually encouraged me to drink it. So remember that Shakeology isn't just a weight loss shake. It's providing him with a dense nutrition and increasing my muscle mass, my lean muscle mass, by drinking it. So that's why I decided to start drinking Shakeology. And then give specific reasons and things that convinced you that you were making the right choice. Was it the support? Is it the accountability? Is it the motivation? Is it the private groups? Is it just having a fitness program that's going to give you A, B, and C and tell you what to do every single day because that's what you need? Is it your nutrition? Did you have issues with portion control? Well, I think like 100% of the people in the world have issues with portion control. Like me, I'm a carbaholic and I'm a cheeseaholic. So Melissa posts about her Girl Scout cookies and I post about my cheese and my carbs. So we're all different, and that's what makes us all unique. And share your goals. This isn't just something that I share with my team and I share with my coach. I also share them publicly on Facebook. If people start following you, I just had a coach sign up like a week ago. I've been working with her for a year. And she literally turned around and created a post today about becoming a Beachbody coach, why she did it, without me even having to tell her. And I honestly feel like the reason why she did that is because she's been following us over the last year. So she already realizes what she needs to do to be successful in a business without even really consciously thinking about it. And what do you hope Beachbody will do for you? So whether that's financial freedom, whether that's getting fit, whether that's setting an example for your child, these are things that I want you to be sharing publicly over and over and over. I know you're going to feel like you're a broken record after some time, but if you think about how often you were on Facebook, or I wasn't on Facebook a whole lot when I first started, so not everybody is going to see your post every single time. And if they are, then they're going to see the same things over and over and also realize that you're consistent in what you're doing and that you're serious about, what you're representing as a Beachbody coach. So I kind of want to like give you an idea of how to create a post. So I want you to write down 4 things: background, what you didn't like, your solution, and your vision for the future. I'll repeat it again: background, didn't like, solution, and your vision for the future. So your background may be that you're a full-time employee of a company, that you're a stay-at-home mom, whatever your background is. If you're 25 or 30 or 35, just your background as a person and what you didn't like, right? So I didn't like being away from my children from 5 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock at night. The fact that I knew that when my daughter, Trinity, who will be starting kindergarten next year, would be brought to school by my mom every single day. And if I didn't pick out her clothes the day before, I wouldn't even know what she was wearing to school if there was an emergency. That's what I didn't like. I didn't like seeing that I'm literally the only person in my family that is not overweight. These are what draw people to you. So the most important part of your post is sharing what you didn't like. And I know it's hard, and I know it's raw, and I know it's difficult to share those things. It was difficult for me. It's difficult for every coach. But that is how you're going to change people's lives. That is how you're going to connect with people. So sharing what you didn't like and how you felt. If you felt sluggish all the time, if you felt like a bad mom, if you felt like you didn't have any energy. I literally would go to Starbucks like 4 or 5 times a week and get a Frappuccino, which was like 56 grams of sugar and 500 calories that were meaningless. So obviously I had no excuse not to purchase Shakeology. So the emphasis on your post is sharing what you don't like. And then you're going to be sharing the solution. So your solution obviously is the accountability groups, is the Shakeology, is your workout programs, and then your vision for the future. So you can be a coach that just started out this week and sold your very first challenge pack. Celebrate that on your page. The Thursday you get paid, you're like, holy moly, I'm so excited. I'm able to buy my groceries for this week. Thank you, Beachbody. Just by helping other people, whatever the case is, whether it be like, oh, my husband isn't going to give me a hard time when I make my Target run this week because I made the money myself. I get to do these things. And sharing that, other people are going to be able to relate to that sort of thing. So I just want to remind you, like, continually repeat yourself, continually be inviting, continually be sharing your story. It doesn't all have to be about Beachbody. I talk a lot about my kids. I talk a lot, about our trips and my family. A lot of my posts are about fitness because I am more fitness related than other coaches. I talk a lot about my job. I talk about, my struggles in having, in this past year, we had the fire. There's only 4 houses left on my street. My nephew passed away 2 days later. I went through a huge depression, started going to therapy. Like, these are things, I even had a relapse in my anorexia, which I don't publicly share. I share it with my teams because, that's just not something that I'm willing to do yet. And that's okay. My family doesn't understand how that worked. So, like, it doesn't matter where you are in your business or where you are as a person. This isn't a cookie cutter business. You can't say that only people that need to lose weight are going to be successful. I've literally had people message me and be like, why do you need to do this? You don't have weight to lose, like any weight to lose. And I share with them, like, these are the reasons why I do this. I did have weight to lose when I first had my son, and I'm setting an example for my children. A lot of them don't know my background. They don't know that I've dealt with the reason why I've always been skinny is because I didn't eat. It's simple as that. So realizing that it's to make me healthy, and those are the things that are going to find you success in your business. So I'm not sure what else to say besides setting your goals and sharing those goals with your coach. Share your goals every month in the team page. Share where you're at, celebrate success, find a balance, and have fun with it. Because if you're not having fun, then really there's no point in doing it. Like, I'm not going to say the business is easy and it's going to be like just 100% exciting all the time, because you're going to get no's, you're going to have frustrations, but that's why we do our personal development, and that's why we're all here as a team. So it's just finding a balance. Anything else you want to add, Melissa?
No, I appreciate you going into detail, because I think that's, you hit on a lot of things that people are really intimidated, or they just don't know what to say or how to say it. And I think, as I guess you would call us now veteran coaches, because we've been at this for 2 years now, sometimes we forget what that's like, and we say, well, just share your story. And so for you to give the specifics of, talk about your life before Beachbody, talk about what that made you feel like. When you're able to tell someone how you feel, I can tell you guys, I have been able to share my story with people, and my niche, so that's the other part. Find out who your market is. Because once you figure out who you're talking to, that's when you're going to be able to really connect with people. Because I can tell you, when I first signed up, I was talking to anyone that would listen, right? And a lot of the time, I wasn't getting anywhere, because I was assuming that just because I was posting every single day, that people were seeing my post and that they would just jump on board. Well, guess what? That's why I didn't hit Success Club consistently for the first 6 months of my business, because I was talking to everyone. And when you do that, you're not really talking to anyone. So now my niche is moms. My niche is people who want more time with their family, and who have been grinding and don't know that there's another option out there. People who are tired of being broke and working 40 hours a week and dropping their kids off at daycare when they're sick, and taking that money that they just worked their tails off for and paying it to someone else that just cared for their kids, and having to drop off their kids at daycare when they're sick. I was the mom that was sick and tired of doing those sorts of things. And so when you look at my post, you're going to see those things. You're going to see me celebrating working from my bed in my pajamas with my 1-year-old next to me while she's tearing my room apart, or my kids, my boys being able to work in their classroom on holiday parties, because those are the things that I wasn't able to do before. And that's the freedom that this business has helped me. And yes, I lost 22 pounds before I got pregnant with Jenna. And then I've lost 49 pounds since I had Jenna, and now I'm on the 3-day refresh, so I'm hoping it's like 55 by the end of the week. But it's just sharing those things, guys. Like, you're just being vulnerable, and when you're able to just be your authentic self and embrace that you are a badass and you're capable of so much more than you're giving yourself credit for, or you came into this business knowing you're a badass and you're ready to just take on the world, like, those things are going to empower you. But again, if you're in this just to get a discount on Shakeology and be surrounded by a group of positive people, that's okay too. We're not going to force you to do anything that you don't want to do. But like I said last time, if you want to go to the top, come with us, because that's where we're going. And with or without anyone, we're not going to stop, right? Because we're the CEOs of our business, and we know what we want. And I know for myself, I never want to walk back in and punch a time clock. I just don't. I want to be here for my children. I want to be home. I want freedom. I enjoy empowering other people to find success. And if it's just working on bettering their self-esteem and realizing what they're capable of, I want to be that person that helps them do that. If it's not having to stress during Christmas time because you made an extra $200 from helping your friends and family, that's awesome too. Like, figure out what you want, and you can have anything. So I know that go ahead.
Sorry, I just want to add one thing, because when you start out, you don't realize all the things that we learned kind of as we went along. But one other thing about how social media works is the more comments and the more likes you have on your posts, the higher it's going to be that people are going to see it in your news feed. So as a team, I always ask all the coaches on our team that if you see people posting stuff about their workout or about their food or about, their successes, put a comment on there. and not just a like, because that's going to boost it to the top of their news feed. So the more you help your team commenting on their stuff, they're going to comment on your stuff. You see Melissa and I constantly trying to comment on everybody's stuff. And the higher it gets to the news feed, the more people you're going to have respond to it. All you have to do is throw a comment on there. Then the top right hand part of the post, there's a little down arrow. You can click on that and highlight the part that says turn off notifications for that post. So you're not going to see that post constantly come up in your news feed and give you a ton of notifications. It's just something we try to do as a team to all help and support each other. If we're going to continue being an elite team, and my goal is for our team to be elite this year, we all need to come together as a team and all support each other. I think that's it for me.
Totally. And I don't know how much time we have left, but just added some sort of value to your guys's 3 minutes. Okay. So this business has completely changed my life, and it's completely changed Leslie's life. And we could probably spend the next 2 hours talking to you about why it's important to us and why we're passionate about it. But we want you to create your own stories, guys. We want you to have that same passion and to get excited. Like I've always put 150% into my jobs. Like I definitely have workaholic tendencies. Okay, I am a workaholic, but I'm so excited for what we do, right? Like I am passionate about what we do. And so to get up in the morning and to be home with my kids and at the same time be able to get up and make recognition posts or respond to challengers who have been struggling to lose weight and they're finally seeing successes. Like one of my girls messaged me today, and she's been watching me since the beginning. Like she's from my hometown. She's actually a coach on our team. Coach. I invited her so many times, and she's like, "Nope, I go to the gym. I work out 2 hours a day at the gym." And I was like, "Okay." And so I finally got the courage to invite her again a few months ago. And after multiple conversations, and then her mom even calling me, like asking me 100 questions, so that she could buy this program for her daughter as a gift. She signed, and like I got a message this morning and she's like, "Oh my God, these programs are so amazing. My body looks so great after 2 kids. Like I used to kill myself at the gym and I never got results like this." And so to get a message like that from somebody who is self-conscious about their body and had worked so hard on it, and they see that putting in 30 minutes a day and dialing in on their nutrition, like that's huge. And just to know her self-esteem is boosted, because it's not always about the physical appearance, right? It's about being mentally healthy as well. And that's why we do the personal development, like Leslie was saying. So really focusing on the entire solution that we can offer for people. Have them discover what their why is. Because if you're offering, saying, okay, sign up with the challenge pack, and then you're putting them in a group and you don't understand how you can support them or where they struggle, that's going to be hard, right? So help them identify, why is this important to you? What would losing that 15 pounds do to you? Really dig deep and help them identify it, so that those moments where they feel defeated and they want to break down and they want to go binge eat, or they want to starve themselves, or they want to use drugs or alcohol or whatever their vice is, you can say, "I believe in you, I'm here, and I want you to remember why you got started in this journey." And that is going to help people. And are people going to fall? Are they going to fail? Absolutely. I do all the time. Be okay with it. Fail forward. We learn from our mistakes. So does anyone have any questions?